at 5, 2 men found shot to death inside of a vehicle in Orange Mound. Hear what neighbors are saying about the violence that occurred. Also, a Tennessee law meant to keep people back from police is now at the center of a free speech fight. While the ACLU says what's happening in Memphis could change who gets to report officers. And President Trump says pausing the federal gas tax could give drivers some relief, but would that money actually make it back to your wallet? We have that story and more as the News at 5 starts now.
From WREG in Memphis, this is News Channel 3 at 5.
We have breaking news at 5. Mississippi State Representative Jeffrey Hale was arrested Friday by Hernando police. Jail records show that he was booked into DeSoto County Jail on charges including DUI, reckless driving, speeding, and disorderly conduct. He was released the next day on a $1,500 bond, and according to court records, Hale is scheduled to appear in Hernando Municipal Court on August the 26th. He has represented District 24 in DeSoto County since 2016. And several Mid-South law enforcement agencies are sharing a blue alert that has been issued in southeast Missouri for a man accused of shooting at police during a traffic stop. The Missouri State Highway Patrol says that they are looking for Zachary Walker after an overnight shooting in Pemiscot County. According to investigators, Walker fired at officers, then ran from the scene, and they believe he may be wounded and armed with a rifle and handgun. Anyone who sees him should call 911 immediately. And back locally in Orange Mound, the search continues for the person who left two men dead inside of a vehicle. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Braille Brown, and Shay is off. At this time, there has been no reported arrest in the connection to the double homicide. WREG's Kwamitra Wilborn has the latest on the investigation.
Well, you get used to it. It's just like everyday occurrence now.
This man says he's lived in this community for more than 40 years. He says that when he first moved in, things were very different.
Well, I can't hear everybody could stand in their yard and talk to their neighbor across the street without using the phone. Kids running up down the street in their big wheels, all that's gone.
Now he says he's gotten accustomed to the sounds of gunshots and police sirens. And one of the most recent disturbances occurred blocks away from his home on Sem Street. Questions remain Sunday morning as to what happened to two men found dead inside a vehicle at Sem's and Waldrose Friday night. Memphis police say both men had been shot. Little details have been released on what actually took place before and after the shooting. A motive has not been revealed, and the identity of a possible suspect has not been released.
We still have crime. I mean, the young people are just off the chart, yeah.
Walter Wilkins lives in the surrounding area and says this is one of the many reasons he stays indoors and to himself.
Dogs off. I used to be a runner back in the day, so I wouldn't run for anything now because it's so bad out here now. You may have somebody to hit you and run or take a pop shot at you.
Long-term residents we spoke to say they've noticed many changes in their community throughout the years, and moving forward, they would like to see things shift in a more positive direction throughout the neighborhood.
Well, since the task force been here, it's changed a lot. The crime's down. A lot of crazy driving is ceased, but we still have crime. Yeah. We still have crime.
Reporting for your news leader, Kwamitra Wilborn, WREG News, Channel 3.
Memphis police say that this is still an ongoing investigation, and anyone with information should call Crime Stoppers at 528-CASH. Okay, Max, so yesterday you were talking about summer-like weather, right? And I took advantage of that this morning. I went for a walk in the park. I kind of just, did a little bit of walking, and it felt very great outside. Did you happen to do anything before?
There you go. No, I didn't get outside, but the morning's a good time to get out there for sure. Yeah, temperatures are a little cooler. Memphis actually stayed in the 80s today. Other spots got very close to 90. As we take a live look at Shelby Farms, you can see the clouds. So there are, a few cumulus clouds, but otherwise that sunshine is getting through here in East Memphis and Shelby Farms. Pretty warm temperature still, high humidity, 86 degrees in Memphis right now. Jackson 87, Senatobia 87 as well. We hit a high temperature of 87 degrees in Memphis today. Other spots got into that upper 80s range, so definitely a warm day Here in the Mid-South, Storm Tracker 3S revealing maybe just a few scattered cumulus clouds, but otherwise we're dry with south winds. Those south winds have been very consistent over the last couple of days, and that's helped to bring in the warm temperatures and the increasing humidity. Now, you're going to notice on Tuesday some showers and thunderstorms fire up off to the west. Tomorrow is going to be another warm day, maybe a spotty shower, but Tuesday is going to be that main day that we're expecting rain. As we head into the late afternoon and the evening, showers and thunderstorms are going to move through the area. Should be very summer-like, kind of disorganized with all of the convection, but there is a chance of a couple of storms to get severe, mainly for strong winds. And that's the reason the Storm Prediction Center has us in that level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather. 1 out of 5 just sort of extends to the south and to the east of that. So pretty garden variety in that sense. But, still going to be a bit of a wet day and a wet night. And then that kicks off a much more unsettled pattern with daily rain chances through the weekend. Tonight, though, a nice evening, warm. A couple of clouds may increase with temperatures dropping down into the 70s. Tomorrow, another very warm and humid day. A few more clouds, partly cloudy with a chance of a spotty shower. And then Tuesday, that rain moves in. Wednesday, pretty good chance of rain as well. And then we are going to be tracking at least, low to medium rain chances each day through the weekend. Braille.
Thank you, Max. New at 5, the ACLU is suing over Tennessee's new so-called HALO law, claiming that the Memphis Safe Task Force is using it to intimidate people who record law enforcement. The law requires people to stay at least 25 feet away from officers after being warned or face up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine. Supporters say that it creates a safer buffer around police while they work, but the ACLU says that 4 Memphis residents were threatened, followed, blocked in, and even arrested while trying to watch or record Memphis Safe Task Force activities. The group argues that the law is being used in a way that violates the First Amendment rights.
Our clients and many others are not impeding these scenes, are not interfering with law enforcement. Oftentimes they're not even within 25 feet of an active scene. But this also circles back to the problem. It's very difficult to tell what the scene even is at times.
The ACLU is asking a judge to declare that the use of the HALO law is an unconstitutional order, and the task force to stop what is called what they are calling an intimidation tactic. The task force spokesperson has not yet responded to a request for comment. And Tennessee tax revenue came in above expectations for April. The Department for Finance and Administration says that the state collected $3 billion in total tax revenue. That's $67.5 million more than budgeted, and nearly $259 million more than April of last year. State leaders say that sales tax and corporate tax collections were both strong. So far, the fiscal year, Tennessee revenues are more than $255 million above the budget estimates. And Tennessee's unemployment rate held steady in March, but several local rates improved. The state stayed at 3.6% below the national rate of 4.3%. And here in Shelby County, unemployment dropped from 4.9% in February to 4.4% in March. The Memphis Metro also improved, falling 4.2%. Statewide, nearly every county saw unemployment drop from the month before. And President Donald Trump says that he could consider pausing the federal gas tax as drivers look for relief at the pump. According to AAA, the average price for a gallon of gas in Tennessee is $4.14, up $1.42 from the last year. A federal gas tax holiday would temporarily remove the rough 18 cents per gallon tax on gasoline. Supporters say even a small saving could help families, but critics argue that there is no guarantee that drivers could see the full savings because the tax is collected before the gas reaches the pump.
One part of the problem is the gas tax isn't even collected at the pump in the first place. It's collected upstream at the wholesale level. So basically what you have to do is you cut the tax and then you cross your fingers and hope that the savings get passed along to drivers.
And some Tennessee Republicans opposed a similar idea when President Biden proposed it in 2022, calling it a gimmick. Any federal gas tax pause would need approval from Congress. And coming up, President Donald Trump says that the clock is ticking for Iran. This after a drone strike hits nearly a key U.S. ally's nuclear site. Could one more attack derail the ceasefire? We have more from the Middle East after the break.
A 19-year-old killed in the front yard of a family's home.
They just said that somebody pulled up and started shooting, and he got hit.
A family left heartbroken.
And Kendra was the only child his mom and dad had.
Investigators looking for his killer.
We was there when the coroner left with his body.
Manhunt Monday at 6 a.m. and 5 p.m.